Give me a few minutes and I'll give you 3 strategies to avoid the biggest trap that women who write fall into.
Behind every unsuccessful woman, there's a man.
My name is Ubria Tronshaw, and I am a master in the fine art of creative writing.
And that's the truth.
I'm also author of the best-selling memoir, Book Smart, Dig Dumb. And the purpose of this channel is to share over 25 years of writing experience in a way that feels relatable and useful to you. But first, let me tell you a story.
Picture it. Sicily, 1922.
During my junior year of undergrad, one of the classes I took was called Creative Nonfiction. It's a genre of prose writing that uses literary techniques such as scene setting, dialogue, and narrative to tell true factual stories in an engaging artistic manner. Now, up until that point, I'd gotten mostly A's and a few B's, so I felt really confident that I would do well in the class, especially since our grade was based on our ability to write about our own lives. I mean, how hard can it be to write about yourself? But that class had me fighting for my life. I wound up getting like a C+ by the end of the semester, and that was generous. And I was upset about that for 2 reasons. Number 1, because I thought of myself as a good writer. But number 2, I had this idea that if the work is about my life and I'm the one writing it, then how can the teacher tell me whether it's good or not? So I went to her and I asked her about it, and she told me I lost points because of my journal. So like 70% of our grade was based on our daily journal. And then we would give it to her at the end of the month and she would give it back to us with a grade. So for the first 2 months, she said that my journal was really engaging and interesting and the writing was strong. But the last month that she handed it back right before the final grade, she said it was boring and it sucked. Okay, so here is where I messed up, and this is actually the point of the video. Because the only thing that had changed between that second month and the final month was that I had gotten into a relationship with a man.
What is wrong with you? Stop it!
And my journal entries went from being all about me to all about him.
Damn!
I didn't have anybody to tell me like I'm about to tell you, but baby, don't write about that man. Don't do it. Don't be like me. And this is not a lecture. This is not judgment. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a man or that you shouldn't love a man. And I'm not saying you should either, because you might not even deal with men. And that's wonderful too. What I'm saying is that whomever you choose to love or date or deal with, don't make your writing all about them, because your work will suffer. Now, before I wrote memoir and fiction, I consider myself a poet. I love poetry because it lets you talk about how you feel in code. Poetry can be metaphor heavy in a way that prose can't be. And it's easy to hide your real feelings in those metaphors. So for me, poetry was the best place to pour all of my anxiety. Wait, I swear I meant to say excitement, but I said anxiety. For me, poetry was the place to pour all my excitement or angst about the relationship that I was in. So if the relationship was new, or if I was low-key obsessed with somebody because I wanted to be with them, but I wasn't with them, or if I had just gone through a breakup and I was feeling really sad or whatever, or angry, those periods of times was when I wrote the most poems. But the problem became that once I was content inside the relationship, I was not inspired to write at all. And that's when it kind of dawned on me that my entire creative life revolved around whether or not I had a man.
I am humiliated! Learn something from this!
So here are 3 strategies to make sure that that does not happen to you. And if it has happened to you, these are 3 strategies to make sure that it does not happen to you again. Strategy number 1, you're going to need to set a writing routine and stick to it. I think my main problem was that I was waiting to feel inspired before writing. But you don't need inspiration as much as you need discipline. And I actually did a video about being disciplined with writing. And if you haven't watched that video, you should go watch it. Sci-fi writer Octavia Butler wrote, "First, forget inspiration. Habit is more dependable. Habit will sustain you whether you're inspired or not. Habit will help you finish and polish your stories. Inspiration won't. Habit is persistence in practice." And here's the thing. If you get in the habit of writing regularly, whether you feel like it or not, you're going to expand your repertoire.
First use a school word.
Because here's the thing, when you know that you have to figure out something to write about every day or almost every day, your mind opens. You pay more attention to the world around you because you're looking at it through the lens of an active writer as opposed to a passive observer. You start looking for ways that life interests you, whether in a positive or a negative way. Romantic relationships tend to have this effect of making us block things out. But being serious about your creativity requires you to let life in. So if you remain serious about making your writing interesting and multifaceted before you get into a relationship, then that practice will be easier to maintain once you are in a relationship. And the consistency will definitely carry you through if you follow strategy number 2, which is to be inflexible. You keep your personal writing routine and you do not switch it up for anybody. Make your art and your creativity your first priority over any man or romantic relationship. If you write from 3 to 5 and somebody you're dating wants to see you at 4, the answer is no. Never, ever, ever make it seem like you'll put your romance before your work. You might want to see your person more than you feel like writing that chapter, but that's besides the point. Remember, the day you decide to revolve your creativity around romance is the day your art begins to suck. So do not abandon yourself. Continue to be someone that your creativity can depend on to show up and get the job done. You'll respect yourself more, and believe it or not, your new partner will respect you too. And that brings me to strategy number 3, which is do not be swayed by the opinion of the person you're dating. Train yourself to give no damns. For example, if you're dating someone and they don't like the fact that your life revolves around your art and your routines, they might feel a little jealous. So they might say some slick shit like, damn, I guess I gotta stand in front of your laptop if I want to see you. Or they might try to make you feel guilty like, damn, you always working. Can't you just stop just this one time and be with me? You're gonna have to be strong. Do not give in. That man just does not like the fact that something other than him takes precedence in your life. But you need to hold firm because guess what? Your work is more important than him. And then some people will want to come from the other direction and flatter the shit out of you. So they'll say, oh, it's so sexy how committed you are to your work, or I love me a hardworking woman. And they may actually mean it, and that's great. But don't fall into the trap of wanting to use your diligence to impress a man or a romantic partner. You don't want your brain to link what you're doing for you with external validation, because the day you let a man give you approval is the day he can take it away. And then what happens when he doesn't affirm your hard work? Are you going to feel like you did something wrong? Or what if he says some shit like, I love how hard you've been working lately, but why don't you take tomorrow off so I can spoil you? No, because your validation and your rewards cannot come from an outside source, because once they start coming from an outside source, that leaves you vulnerable to manipulation. And artists who are being manipulated do not make good art. So whatever someone says about your writing schedule, whether they hate it or whether they love it, that's just their opinion and you can't let it go no further than that.
That's why I don't care.
All right, my loves, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it will help you to avoid the romantic love trap that kills creativity. And if you would like to read how messed up my life was when I centered men instead of my own dreams and goals,
Her man definitely cheating on her.
order my memoir, Book Smart, Dig Dumb, available now at ubria.com. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye.
Hello? Yes? Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Mr. Graham?
Yes.
Miss Breuer has asked me to tell you that she is free the evening of the 12th.
The 12th is 3 weeks from now.
Look at him. He's no different. He just wants one thing. They all do, girl. The panties.